Let us see that the new article regarding the botanical nomenclature, that is the type specimen, its type. According to principle of botanical nomenclature, the name of the different taxonomic groups are based on nomenclatural type. It means that if any species is described as a new, it should be clear that on which species the new species is based on. Here we should think on the particular type of the new species. If any one person is doing research, and within his research as the taxonomic study of the particular area, if he found a numerous species, if he found the numerous species, or if he found the one of the species which is not similar to that of the type specimen, then he is supposed to be raise out that this is the new species. But this new species, while doing this new species, it should be clear that on which species this type specimen is directly, this new species is based on. It means that which type specimen on which the new species is based. So that he should study the new species, whatever he should describe the new species, he should designate the new species. And whatever the new species is raised out by himself, at that time he should clear that on which type specimen such type of the entire species is based. So that's this type genus is a species. For example, the Mangifera indica for Mangifera, it is this species. The taxon where it exists, the single type specimen preserved is known as herbarium, or is known to be a herbarium, and identified by place of collection, name as a collector, and it is a collection, and its collection number may be along with the illustration of the specimen. While he described the new species, this all information should be along with that new species. We have collected that plant, at where it has been collected, where it exists, and after this, taking this information, at the time of the publication, original publication, at the time of the publication, he should say that this is the new species, but this new species, while raised out or while erecting the new species, he should know that on which species this type specimen is based. This information that he should know. International Code of Botanical recognizes the several kinds of types depending upon the way in which the type specimen is selected. They are as follows. As a first, that is the holotype. It is the specimen or the other element used by original author from the single collection as a nomenclatural type, made by the author at one time and expressed definitely at the time of original publication. It means that when this holotype, whatever the collection that he has been collected, or whatever the plant that he has been collected, and this plant that is referred as a specimen, or other element of specimen or other element used by himself or the original author, and the collection, from the single collection, this nomenclatural type made by the author at the time and expressed definitely at the time of original publication. Whatever he has been designated new species at the time of the original publication, he should know, and this is the holotype. This holotype, it may be the single plant. This holotype, it may be the single plant, or a part of one or the several plant, or the multiple of small parts. It may be the single plant, or the part of that plant also. It may be the seed, it may be the part of the entire that flower also, and part of one of the several plant, or the multiple of small plant. The specimen may be in herbarium form, or an equivalent preparation such as a box, jar, or microscopic slide, etc. Whatever the specimen that he has been collected from the different locations, and if he found that this species is new, these new species that should be in the form of the herbarium. Because the herbarium, this is the newer technique or the advanced technique that has been directly given by the help of the botanist in the form of plant specimen. And this herbarium, this plant should be in the form of the herbarium or the equivalent preparation. Whatever it means that equivalent to herbarium, such as box. If you keep this specimen in box For example, the particular type of the fungal specimen that we can't make the entire that herbarium sheet of that fungal specimen or the algal specimen. These algal specimen or the fungal specimen, if it's supposed to be new, it should be in the form of the herbarium or it should be in the form of the box or in jar or in the form of the microscopic slide also. It is now essential to designate the holotype for the publishing. Second, that is isotype. It is any duplicate of holotype collected from the same place at the time and by the same person, that is the author. It is a duplicate of holotype. Duplicate of holotypes means that holotype that he has been made, that is the original at the time of the original publication, at the time of the original plant, from the collected from the different area or the different location. It is the holotype. But these he will collect not only the single plant at the time of going the collection. He will collect the many species, he will collect the many plant, many specimen. And these many specimen, these are nothing but the similar to that of holotype. If the holotype, if the specimen similar to that of holotype or duplicate of that holotype, that is called as a isotype. That is, iso means same, but should be along with the entire that author, but should be made by the author or the person. It is always in specimen. Of course, it should be in the specimen. When author collect the many specimen and designate one among them as a holotype, others are isotype. Same way. Just now I have told you. He will not collect the single specimen while going in the collection. He will collect the many specimen of that plant, of that specimen. He will collect the many specimen. And while collecting the many specimen, one of them that is the holotype, at the time another that is the isotype, which is similar to that of holotype. Next, that is the paratype. It is the specimen other than the isotype or the syntype cited by the author while describing the taxon. It is the specimen other than isotype. It is the specimen other than the isotypes. It means that similar to that of isotype, but it is not isotype. Isotype, what are the isotype? These isotypes are duplicate of holotype. Holotype, these are the plant specimen that has been given by the help of the author, that is the name. That is the first collection, that is the first specimen, that is the original specimen at the time of the original publication. This is, but the paratype, it is the specimen other than the isotype or the syntype means similar, cited by the author while describing the taxon. In most cases, where no holotype was designated, there will be the no paratype, since all the cited specimen will be the syntype. However, in case where an author has cited two or more specimen as a type, the remaining cited specimens are the paratype. If the author have been cited the two or more specimen, two or the more specimens means one of the specimen that is given the name, second specimen also the same name. If the specimen, these are specimen cited by the author, two or more specimen are cited by the author as a type, remaining cited type or remaining cited specimens are the paratype. Second, that is the lectotype. It is the specimen or other element selected from the original material. Original material, that is the holotype. Original material, whatever the collection that he has been collected, original specimen that he has been collected, and this specimen other than the other element selected from the original material to serve as the nomenclatural type when no holotype was designated at the time of publication or as long as it is missing. If the holotype is missed, or if it is not designated, a holotype was designated at the time of the publication. If that holotype is missing, the remainings are the lectotype. Second, that is the neotype. It is the next, that is the neotype. It is the specimen or other element selected to serve as the nomenclatural type as long as all the material on which the name of taxon was based is missing. If all material, holotype, isotype, syntype, paratype, lectotype is missing, if it is missed, if it is missed, obviously neotype is designated by the author and not author himself, by the designated other and not by author himself. It is therefore necessary to select them carefully. This is regarding the entire types. Second point that we are going to see, ranks and endings of the taxonomies. In the taxonomic hierarchical form, In the taxonomical hierarchical form, that is from ascending to descending. From the descending order, it should be the class, subclass, order, series, then series, order, then family, genus, species. It is the reverse that is in the enter that ascending order, like this. Now, the taxonomic hierarchy is a system of categorical ranks which associated the names. The categories commonly used in angiosperms are the class, subclass, order, family. Just now I have told you. The ICBN provides the series of rank with the name that are hierarchical categories. Article number 3 of ICBN. The early part of code deals with the ranks of the taxa in plant classification. Ranks of the taxa in the plant classification. What is the rank? The rank, it is in the form of the hierarchical order or hierarchical categories, that is in the form of the ascending or descending. Ascending, that is right from the beginning, the species, genus, family, order, series, subclass, class, division, subdivision and division. It is the reverse that is in the enter the descending order. The early part of the code deals with the ranks of taxa in plant classification. The main categories in their descending orders and stipulated endings of the taxa name as below. So this is the ranks and the ending name of the taxa and the example. For example, division, the ending name is Phyta. The example is Magnoliophyta. Class, ending name is Opsida. The example is Magnoliopsida. Subclass, idea. Subclass, ed, eda. A that is not should be there. Monoclamidae. Then order, else, malveals, family, ACE, malvaceae, genus, A, us, hibiscus. For example, species, A, us, esculentum. So these are the ranks. Next point, that is the coining of genus and the species names. The generic names and the specific epithets are coined by the rules and regulations of section 3rd of ICBN. There are rules and regulations at the time of coining the names of plant. Generic names and they enter the specific epithets. The generic name and the specific epithets from a binomials called the specimen names. A complete scientific name must be followed by the third element, the name of the person or the person who described the plant. The name should be cited. The name should be cited by the help of that author, that person who have given the name of that plant. For example, the Mangifera indica L. L, that is directly authority that can cited by the Linnaeus. That is the example. So how the generic names are coined? The generic names are coined. There are some rules and regulations. While giving the generic name, the first name should be, that is, these are the binomials. Binomial, that is the two names. The first, that is generic name, and second, that is the specific epithets. Now, while coining the generic name, the care should be taken in such a way that the first letters of the genus or generic name should be in capital, and the second letters, that is the species, that should be in the enter that small letters. These generic names should be right in the italic. There should be the Latin diagnosis, because Latin, it is the first language at that time. It was a language which has been written, which has been spoken, which has been read at that time in the European country, and much more literature belonging to the entire that botany that was in the Latin language. So the care should be taken, or the precaution that we should have to follow while coining the name in such a way that is the generic name. It should be the Latin diagnosis. It should be the Latin diagnosis means there should be the Latin name. That is the Latinization should be there. Italic should be there. Italic name should be there. But if it is not in Italic language, it should be underline the generic name and the specific epithets. These are the rules and regulations. The names of the entire the particular type of the plant or the genus that should be given depending upon the particular type of the characters. For example, the Xanthozylon. This is the one more plant. Xanthozylon, it means that the wood, xylon, that is the xylem, and xantho means xanthophyll. It means that the secondary wood, that is especially the wood as such concern, secondary xylem. It directly indicates that these plant are having the yellow color wood. This is the character. This is the morphological character, yellow color wood. And this yellow colored wood, it is the morphological character. It means that the xanthoxylon name is given to that plant. That is depending upon the particular character. Sometimes the generic name that has been given in the honor of someone, that is a memorandum, that is in the honor of some author. For example, the Sidalpinia, this is the one more plant. This Sidalpinia plant, that is the name is given by the scientist in the honor of scientist Sidalpino. Bavenia, the Bavino, a name of scientist, Bavenia racemosa. This Bavenia racemosa, this is the type of the plant, or this is the specimen. This is the generic name, so called as Bavenia. This Bavenia, the name is given to that plant in the honor of scientist Bavino. Such a type of the enter that character or such type of the parameter that is to be utilized while giving the generic name. The second, that is how the specific epithets are given. How the how the name of the entered the species is given to that plant. What is this, how the specific name is given to that plant? That is in the form of the specific epithets. It is in the form of the one parameter that we can say that as far as the morphological character that is taken into consideration. These morphological character are the taxonomical character that is taken into consideration. For example, the euphorbia having the species Hirta. Hirta, it is the name or it is the species given to the euphorbia. The species name given to the euphorbia, it means that the ear-like outgrowth or the trichome which are present on the entire that plant. Another example that I would like to give, Polyalthia longifolia. Longifolia, it is the name given to the species due to the leaves are long. This is the character, morphological character. Some plants are given, some specific names are given, suffix to the another type of the enter that noun. Portulacastrum. It is the if this is the species of some plant, some genus. Portulacastrum. It means that the leaves, it looks like a portulaca. Portulaca, it is the genus. Portulaca, it is the genus. But these Portulacastrum, that is the species given to the one more plant, this Portulacastrum species is given to that plant because it looks like a portulaca. Borovia folium. Borovia folium means this species name that is given as a Borovia folium to another type of the plant, to genus. It means that these species looks like a Borovia. That is the Borovia. Looks like a leaves of Borovia. Borovia folium. These are the some parameters that is given in the while giving the name to this specific epithets. It is one time it has been given. For example, the specific name is given along with in the honor of someone, in the honor of hookery. Hookery. It is name is given to that one more plant. That is the hookery, the name of scientist George Bentham and Hooker, J.D. Hooker. Hooker scientist. So the name of the scientist, that is the hooker. So hookery, that is the specific name or the species name given to the one more plant in the honor of someone, that is the memorandum of someone. This is the, sometimes the specific epithets are given at the localities. Localities, that is point is taken into consideration. For example, Chinensis, present in China. Chinensis, Himalayensis, present in Himalaya. Gujarat Suratensis, that is in the Surat. So particular type of the area, that is, for example, the area, localities. For example, Agave americana. Agave, that is the plant. Agave, that is the genus. This genus has a species Americana. It means that it is the origin from America. For example, the Mandifera indica. It is originated from India. It is having the origin in India. Argemon mexicana, another example that I would like to give. Argemon mexicana. The Argemon, that is the genus, and Mexicana, that is the species. This species originated from the Mexico. It directly indicates that the locality that it considered. Sometimes the plant specific epithets, the name of the species is given to that plant on the basis of the habit or habitat. Aquatica, for example. Aquatica. This aquatica, this is the name of the, this is the directly indicates that this is present in water. Water, that is aquatica. Ipomea aquatica. This is the one of the plant that we used to find in the aquatic condition. Aquatica. Then another, that is the vulgaris, that is the barren land. Bambusa vulgaris, that is the barren land. These the all parameter that is taken into consideration while giving the name to the plant, especially generic name as well as the specific epithets. Now here ends the botanical nomenclature and whatever the article that we have been finished.